Hey boys and girls, the Junk Man back with another detailing related video. And this time I am in the Rag Company garage bringing some of that good detailing information that you folks always strive for. Today what I'm going to be doing is a wheel. It's going to be a cleaning, kind of an educational thing, kind of a comparison thing once I'm done, featuring some products from Optimum Polishes. I'm going to be using a product called Optimum Ferrex so that you can get a good idea of how powerful this stuff is. Now, one quick word of advice. This stuff is brutal, so you do not want to use this indoors. You want to definitely make sure that you take it outdoors and use it. It cleans as bad as it smells, okay? Or maybe I should say as strong as it smells, because it really is strong. All right, what I have is I'm gonna do a side-by-side comparison once I'm done, but the first thing that I'm gonna do to start this video off is take these wheels outside and clean them. Now, before I do that, let me explain why I'm going to do what I'm going to do to these wheels. These wheels came off of a Honda. They're clear coated, okay, clear coated. The clear coat that is on the wheels is the same clear coat that is on your car. So you treat the wheels just like you would treat the paint on your car. If you scratch them, as long as you haven't scratched them too bad, you can polish them out. Now, if you've really damaged them up, you're gonna have to take them to a wheel repair place. Now, these wheels do have road rash or curb rash on the edges, so that is not something you're gonna be able to fix. You're gonna take that to a professional. However, shining the wheels up, making the clear coat look good as new is something that you can actually do. So this type of cleaning is going to be for clear coated wheels. Now, if your wheels are clear coated and painted and the paint is under the clear coat, this is a product you can use. However, if the paint is on top of the clear coat, and folks who are old enough to remember something like the 1973 Buick 225 Electra. We used to call it a deuce and a quarter back in the day. The wheels on that car were not only were they not clear coated, but they were painted in sections of them. And if you spray this stuff directly on paint, you're gonna stain them. So you only want to use it on clear coated wheels, be them chrome, because sometimes they clear coat chrome, but usually what they do is highly polished aluminum, and then the clear coat acts like a wax and it keeps the chrome shiny. Okay, so what I'm gonna do first is take these outdoors, because like I said, you do not want to use this indoors. I'm gonna saturate one of the wheels. I think what I'm gonna do even before then, I'm gonna bring you all in closer and give you all a shot of both wheels so that you can see what they look like. But I'm gonna saturate one of the wheels with the cleaner, and I'm gonna take a detailing sponge that they offer here at the Rag Company, and I'm gonna use this to clean those wheels with the Optimum Ferrex cleaner. All right, so that's what we're gonna do, and then I'm gonna come back and start the repair process to the clear coat. So here we go. boys and girls, now you've had a chance to see Optimum's Ferrex at work. You saw how it disintegrated all the dirt on that wheel, even the inside. Now these wheels have not been cleaned. They were probably found in a junkyard somewhere. I don't know where they came from, but they were a mess. And without any scrubbing, that's one of the main things you need to notice. Without any scrubbing whatsoever, all I did was wiped the dirt off. Okay, so if you buy a bottle of this stuff, you might want to buy two, because that's some strong, good stuff. Another thing that you should have noticed, this detailing sponge. Now, I'm going to bring the camera in here close because I want you all to see this. There are folks that ask the question, well, how do you clean inside the lug nuts? I use a lug nut brush. And I say you never use a brush on the exterior of your car anywhere, okay? Anywhere, maybe the rubber tires, but on the wheels, that's why I wouldn't put a brush near there. This sponge, when you squeeze it down, you'll notice that I can stick it inside the lug nut holes. Let me see how much I can cram in there. Heck, I can get a lot of that sponge down inside that wheel well or that lug nut hole to clean them out. I don't have to use a brush to do that. All I used was the detailing sponge here. So it'll fit there. It fits here. It conforms to the shape of whatever opening you're trying to stick this thing into. So this little detailing sponge is probably cheap as crap. I would bet that you could afford to get a bunch of these, and it'll fit in all kinds of cracks and crevices, and you can also fit it into cracks and crevices on your car itself. So these little things come in handy. So I want you to notice that I didn't use a brush anywhere. I didn't scrub anywhere. All I did was sprayed the Ferrex and wiped. Okay, that's all it is. Now I am going to shine these wheels up. I'm using a Rag Company creature towel here, and I'm gonna dry these off. And like I said, this is clear coat. Okay, clear coat, just like on your paint. The process is exactly the same. Whoa, getting a little clumsy there. So I'm going to break out using a flex today, and I'm going to break me out some product. And the first product that I'm going to use, of course, in this process is the Optimum Hyper Compound. Okay, that's the first product that I'm going to use. Okay, I've already shaken it up very well. Now this is going to be tricky because your wheels have openings, so the polish is going to want to grind off into the opening. So you kind of have to watch that, pay attention to that happening. Let me open up my squirter a little more, and that's plenty polish. And I'm gonna start dabbing this around because I want most of it on the wheel and not in the cracks and crevices. Okay, and now I'm gonna start off slow because I don't want this to splatter everywhere. I'm gonna break my polisher all the way down to a 1 just to get this stuff worked in, and so that I don't create any splatter. Okay, now that I've got the polish broken down and I know that I won't be splattering anything, I'm gonna move my speed up to 5, which is where I work, and now I'm gonna actually start polishing. Here I go. Okay, I am going to do one more application. I probably won't have you set through this, but I'm telling you what I'm gonna do. I'm adding some more product, and I'm gonna repeat the same process. So I'm gonna dab it in here, get it good and dabbed in, and I'm gonna show you how much oxidation that I'm pulling off this wheel after I cleaned it and started polishing. I'm gonna show you what the pad looks like. So now I'm gonna spin it all the way down to a 1, make sure the polish is worked in so that I don't create any splatter. Okay, now I'm gonna move it up to a speed of 5, which is the speed I always work at. I never work faster than a speed of 5. And here I go. Okay. Now, something that you should have noticed is when I did the first pass, I didn't bother to wipe it off. I just went ahead and did a second pass. I knew that I was only going to do 2 passes before I moved to my hyper polish. So if you have a question about that, I did it just because, well, I guess I could say I can, but that is what I did. So now I'm using this creature towel to wipe this off, and you are going to love the before and after, because I'm gonna do just 1 pass just to keep the video short of the hyper polish. So if you do more passes, you will probably get, well, not probably, you will get better results. But let me switch pads, and first let me show you this pad and give you an idea. Look at all the oxidation that I got off that pad. That puppy is in some bad shape. Okay, this is one of those pads that you better clean immediately or you'll never get it cleaned. So that puppy will be seeing the deep sink quickly after I finish, or I won't be able to use it again. So now I'm going to my next step pad, which is my finishing pad or a light polishing pad. I'm using a blue Optimum. You may not be able to get this one. They may have white, but the orange-white combination is what I always show in my videos. So that works like gangbusters. There's different companies that make orange and white pads. By the time you all see this video, Optimum might even have a white pad for you to buy. So check with the rag company and they will let you know. Polishes are a lot more friendly. Oh, another thing I want you to notice. Notice how easily I wiped that compound off the wheel. It was that easy because I didn't over buff it and I didn't use too much or not enough. So it just wiped right off. So just want to make a note of that. And now I'm going to back my polisher down to a speed of 1 again because I don't want any splatter all over me. And when you're working on wheels, splatter can happen. Now this polish is going to let me buff for a long time. You all ain't going to want to sit through that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start buffing and then I'm going to fade and fade back in at the end so that you can see you'll see the results without having to sit through one of Junkman's classic war and peace novels. All right, here I go. Okay, bumping her up to a speed of 5. And here I go. Okay, boys and girls, the old man's back is killing him, but we have finally gotten to that point where I am ready to wipe the polish off of this and let you see the before and after. And I want to make sure that I get all in the cracks and crevices of this wheel. As a matter of fact, after I get done, I'm gonna probably, well, I don't know. One thing that you'll you probably have been able to see as I've been buffing is there was not any wax going down into the holes, and that's because of the technique I used of spreading the polish first and then actually doing the buffing. So I didn't force polish all down into the openings of the wheel, especially the lug nuts. So now what I'm going to do is stand the wheels up so that you all can see what they look like as far as the difference. You all ready for this? Here we go. You saw the before and the after, or I should say you are seeing the before and the after right there. You see, and one more thing, let me flip them around and let you see the other side again. Okay, in case you're confused, this is the wheel that I sprayed the Ferrex in and just wiped it off. Sprayed it in there, let it sit a minute or two and wiped it off. So that wheel right there. And I wasn't going for perfection, and I don't use perfect wheels because y'all know how I am when it comes to not faking the funk. We don't fake the funk in a brother in his garage production. We keep it real. So we using real life, some wheels you might get a hold of and want to clean. All right. So let me go over one more time what I used. And that would be, I'll start with the towel. It was the Creature towel that the rag company sells, okay? I also used Optimum's Hyper. I started with Compound, Hyper Compound, and then I finished up with Hyper Polish, okay? When I cleaned the wheels, I used Optimum's Ferrex. This cleaner is unreal. Remember, I used it outside. That's what you want to do. And I also used the detailing sponge because I do not use brushes on my car. Okay? Detailing sponge to clean that wheel, to get inside the lug nut, to get inside lug nut holes, to get inside the openings. This puppy fit like a charm. Okay? And of course, I use my trusty Flex, a orange pad, and a white pad. Folks, you now have a list, item list, of everything I used, and I can't think of anything else. So I guess a brother in his garage productions is going to have to call this a close. This is the Junk Man coming from the Rag Company's garage, where you can get all of these fine products at theragcompany.com. This is the Junk Man shining out.